The 2017 Chevrolet Impala, a classic name, yet has been completely redesigned to be in a modern, great-looking, full-size sedan. I'm Jay, and welcome to this latest episode of Car Buzz Unboxing Reviews. And before I go into more details with the review here, I want to thank Woodland Motors for letting Car Buzz come on down and film today. So the Chevrolet Impala, as I said, this is one of the most famous nameplates in General Motors and Chevrolet history. Now, the first generation Impala came out way back in 1958. And over the years, it's been sold as a sedan, a coupe, a convertible, and even a muscle car, the Impala SS. Now, this is the 10th generation car that you're looking at, and it wasn't sold from about 1985 to about 1994, and it's been back ever since 1994. But it was the 8th generation model that came out in 2000 was when the big change happened. It went from rear-wheel drive to front-wheel drive, and it's remained front-wheel drive to this day. Now, this 10th generation car, it's built on the same front-wheel drive platform as the Cadillac XTS and Buick LaCrosse. But for 2014, Chevrolet completely redesigned the Impala, and yeah, it's stunning inside and out, especially compared to the its rental car favorite immediate predecessor. It was just a boring-looking car in general. It was unexciting, and yet look at this. This is one of the best full-size sedans, at least design-wise, on sale right now. I really can't find a bad angle to this car whatsoever. And from the moment you step inside, it's like, oh man, where did this come from on Chevrolet's part? I'm still of the ardent belief that GM's bankruptcy was the best thing that ever happened to it. It forced GM to build higher quality cars that meet the standards that everyone expects. And this is the result. This interior, it's got this jet black, light wheat color combo. Everything here, it's just excellent quality. You don't get any more of those cheap, hard plastics of those GMs from the 1980s and 90s. It's just all in the past, and this is the present, and hopefully the future as well. But just look at this, interior design here. They're top quality materials throughout. Now, so that you know, there are 3 trims to the to today's Impala: the LS, LT, and Premier. And this is the Premier. It is the top of the line. You really can't get any more extra features than this particular car is equipped with. Now, some of the other standard features you get in this particular Impala is an 8-inch color display, leather seats, 8-way power driver and front passenger seat with lumbar, leather-wrapped steering wheel, leather-trimmed shift knob, dual-zone automatic climate control, 6-speaker audio system is also standard. But this one, I'll get to some of the additional extra packages very shortly. But first, look at this rear seat. This is a lot of space. If you needed to fit 3 full-size adults in the back, it's possible, yes. Would you want to do or have 3 full-size adults back there for a long road trip? Probably not, but for around town or just going out to lunch or dinner, it's fine. So this is, like I said, it's considered a full-size sedan. If you want a mid-size sedan from Chevrolet, that's the Malibu. And I really like this dash design. My first impression of it was just how modern and sleek and kind of almost sexy this looks. And I think that might be a slight turnoff for buyers who are maybe a little more conservative. No problem. That's the Toyota Avalon. That's their car. This is for buyers who they want a big front-wheel drive sedan, full-size sedan, with a lot of value, a lot of good features, but it doesn't look like an old man's car. And this doesn't by any means. Here's that 8-inch color touchscreen display I was telling you about. It's a really nice system. I think the color clarity on this LCD screen is just absolutely fantastic. Now, some standard connectivity features you receive on this car is OnStar. It's a 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto capability, as well as Bluetooth. Now, this car is also equipped with the enhanced technology package. For $735, you get a 110-volt power outlet, 11-speaker Bose audio system, and with surround sound and wireless charging. I'll show you that in just a moment as well. But what I really like about this dash is just it's very easy, simple laid out. Check this out. That is actually, aside from a USB port, hidden storage. That's really cool design right there. It's kind of futuristic, and again, this is the full-size Impala. Just a few years ago, this was considered nothing more than a kind of a crappy rental car. There's your dual-zone automatic climate control. Now, this car is also equipped with the, there it is, wireless charging. Really nice. Anyway, this car is also equipped with the enhanced convenient package for an extra $1,035. You get memory settings for the driver's seat, outside mirrors. You also get a trunk mat, premium floor mats for both front and rear, inside rear view mirrors, power dual outside mirrors, ventilated driver and front passenger seats, universal home remote, and a heated steering wheel. And one of the perks of getting just a big full-size sedan like this, just a ton of interior space and storage. And that's one of the reasons why people buy full-size sedans like this. They want the space. They want to be comfortable. And in a way, they're also looking for a car that's a really nice cruiser. All right, so let's talk about some safety here. Now, since this has been on sale since the 2014 model year, it's had time to be tested by the U.S. government. This has a 5-star overall U.S. government crash test rating. Comes standard with 10 airbags and adaptive cruise control. Blind spot monitors, parking sensors are also optional too. Check that out. Panoramic sunroof. Oh, I love having those things. We call them the dual pane sunroofs there. They're super nice. Now, other standard safety features, of course, ABS brakes, child locks, forward collision alert, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning, lane change alert with blind spot zone alert, and rear vision camera with parking assist. But I think the 5-star out of 5-star overall government crash test rating is, that's going to speak volumes for a lot of people, because that's just an easy and very simple way to judge a car right off the bat, whether or not it's safe. And the steering wheel here, look, it's not like a sports sedan by any means. It's a normal size steering wheel. This is not for performance driving, so it's not like a smaller steering wheel, but it's nicely sized. And I also like this additional smaller LCD screen in the gauge cluster here with all the typical driver information. Again, just like the main 8-inch screen, it's very, very easy to read. And yeah, I really like the color here. It's just fantastic. All right, so how does this drive? Well, like I said just now, this is not a sport sedan. It never was, at least this generation, and it probably never will be. So overall, the handling is very good, and the overall ride is excellent, and it's very comfortable. And what's nice is that it doesn't drive like a large boat. It's still no sports sedan, though. You kind of have to think of it as like sort of like a happy medium. Now, is the Chevrolet Malibu a slightly, smaller sedan, more sporty to drive than this? Not so much. This is just a bigger car, so it's not going to handle quite the same way. But again, people who buy this, they're not looking for a sporty drive. They're looking for something that's got maximum comfort, good acceleration, and it just rides extremely well on both the highway and regular roads. And that's what you get here. And just look at these seats, even, in a Chevrolet Impala. I mean, 8-way power driver and passenger seat, just not too many years ago, seats like this is what you found on BMWs, Mercedes-Benzes, all that like, and now it's on a Chevrolet. Now the rear seat, like I said before, there's a lot of space back here. However, unlike this car's corporate cousins, the Buick LaCrosse, Cadillac XTS, the other features for rear seat passengers, really, they don't exist. For example, you don't get tri-zone or quad zone automatic climate control. You just have those couple of vents back there, and that's just about it. But trunk space, wow, let me tell you, this is a massive size trunk. I believe only the Ford Taurus has a bigger trunk in this car's class. It's 18.8 cubic feet. And of course, the rear seats fold down 60-40 split. Oh, another thing I forgot to tell you about the interior. This is actually, the interior is more spacious inside than the Toyota Avalon and the Hyundai Azera, two of this car's main competitors. So it's clear Chevrolet did its homework. They wanted this car to be the best in its class. And in fact, Consumer Reports rated the Impala as its top-rated sedan in 2014, beating out the likes of, get this, the Audi A6, Acura RLX, and Lexus LS460. Those are excellent full-size sedans, luxury sedans, and this beat it out. In fact, it got a 99 out of 100 on its report card there, and there was only one car that beat it that year. That was the Tesla Model S, which is not at all a competitor to this. Under the hood, what do we got here? 3.6-liter V6, naturally aspirated, with 305 horsepower and 264 pound-feet of torque. All the power goes to the front wheels through a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, the base engine is a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter with 197 horsepower and 191 pound-feet of torque. That engine, I think it's best left for commuters. This is the one you want on the highway, and let's give it a listen here. Alright, performance, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds. Top speed, just over 132 miles per hour or so. But again, this is not a performance sedan, so top speed really shouldn't matter. But with that 6.8 seconds to 0 to 60, that's pretty good. And that's in the naturally aspirated 3.6-liter V6. That's why I like it. Fuel economy, 18 miles per gallon in the city, 28 on the highway, and a combined 22. The vehicle weighs just over 3,700 pounds. But let's talk about this exterior here. Now, this one is painted in iridescent pearl tri-coat for an extra $995. That's very expensive white paint. It comes with the optional 20-inch aluminum wheels. 19 inches are standard on the Premier trim. You have LED daytime running lights, high-intensity discharge headlamps. You saw that it also has that nice dual exhaust. Just such a nice looking car overall, and the leap forward in design, especially with the exterior from the previous generation Impala, it's almost as if Chevrolet skipped a generation of the Impala from the ninth generation to this one. It's just worlds better here. And what I really like about the design, it's kind of like got this, this four-door coupe-like styling going on here. And it kind of reminds me a bit of GM's old, what they called Coke bottle styling, and the way the rear end just sort of tapers down there. It's just super, super nice. So what's some of the competition here? Well, you have the Nissan Maxima, the Buick LaCrosse, and that's actually this car's corporate cousin, the Kia Cadenza, Hyundai Azera, Toyota Avalon, Ford Taurus, and if you prefer something rear-wheel drive, there's also the Chrysler 300 and the Dodge Charger, another two great full-size sedans. Now pricing, well, all those competitors, they start off, this is a bit of a range. Like, for example, the Ford Taurus starts at around $28,000, $29,000, while the Nissan Maxima starts at around $33,000, and they all go to about the mid-$40,000 range. Now, a base price Impala, again, it's going to have that 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4. It's going to, base price is $27,300. Now, our car is the top level Premier trim. That begins at $36,520, but our car has a total amount of options of $4,710. That, along with the $875 destination fee, grand total for this car is $41,230. I think that's a fair price to pay for this. Now, can you get a Buick LaCrosse for that amount of money? Yes, you can, absolutely. But then again, if you check out my review of of the Buick LaCrosse, I had some problems with the interior, specifically the center console being too high that I really didn't find with the Impala here. So in many ways, I think you get more value for your money with the Impala as opposed to the LaCrosse. But then again, some people just, they just can't bring themselves to buying a Chevrolet, especially one that costs a little over $40,000. So what do I like here? Well, you just have that really spacious interior. This thing, it drives nicely. It's quiet. It's got just a great overall ride and build quality. And I just love that infotainment system. And yeah, this exterior styling. It's just such a good looking car. And I don't think just looking at it in pictures or on your computer screen right now, or your smartphone screen does it justice. You really need to see one in person. Now, what don't I like? Well, it might be a bit slow to accelerate, especially the base engine that you got there. And this is just my theory here. I think the exterior design as well as the interior design might be a little too much for some conservative buyers. If that's the case, go for the Toyota Avalon, another excellent sedan. And then if you want a full-size Chevy sedan with V8 power and rear-wheel drive, well, there's the 415 horsepower Chevrolet SS. Starts at around $47,000, but if you want one, you better hurry because they're going to discontinue it real soon. But I'm out of time for today. Any questions for me, just leave them in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in my next unboxing review.